everyone? Jenna Puzio here, founder of FillYourBooks.com. We are here with Shalonda, one of our amazing students. I have heard so many great things about her through the grapevine over at Fill Your Books. She's had some amazing success and an awesome journey. So I'm really excited to pick her brain a little bit about it. So why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about you, who you are, and what you do?
I am a mom of 3, U.S. Army veteran, licensed cosmetologist in New York. But now I just solely focus on braiding, and I do overnights at Walmart. So that pretty much sums up me.
She's a super mom. That's what you are, a super mom. So tell us a little bit more about before you had found Fill Your Books, what was the hair life for you like?
So hair, once I got to Texas, it was a little slow. I had to gain clientele all over again. I got to the point where I was doing like $500 a month around working. I saw the Fill Your Books ad. At first I was like, and then I just took a chance and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And it was like the best 36 I ever spent. So now,
well, before we get into this, I did want to pick your brain a little bit about, tell me more about your onboarding process with us. Like how you said you were a little bit skeptical, like how did you feel going through talk us through those emotions when you first signed up?
I'll do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I was skeptical, but I took the risk. So I took the risk. The girl who interviewed me, I don't even remember her name. I think it was Emily or something. She made me feel pretty comfortable. I got the email. I went through the courses and I went through them again. I want to say I did organic marketing the most. I haven't even done any paid marketing yet. I did organic marketing the most. I ended up getting like 2 or 3 influential clients. So I want to say when I did it in May, I only was at $500 a month. I was only at like $2,300 for the year. I knocked the year out with like a little under 10,000. Once I put my head to it, I knocked it out under like 10,000. But I gave myself a year to get my suite. So I wasn't going to get it until like May 22, but I ended up getting it in October. So I ended up getting it like 4 months later because I went from like $500 a month to $1,500.
Which is game changing. Yeah. It takes it from something that's just a hobby to, no, now I have my own studio where it's a full position, you know?
Yeah. I was looking like, what? Okay, so that was in August. I had to, because I'm thinking like, so I was going on a business trip and I'm thinking like, okay, how am I going to afford to pay all the bills, back to school clothes, and go to Florida? So I kicked butt for like 3 weeks in August because the last week I was gone. And I hit 1,500 3 weeks. So I was like, oh, snap. So we can actually do this. So that was 2 months later, I got the next month in September, I walked off my job. And then I AutoZone and went straight and got my salon suite. I was like, yes, my days are free. So now I don't have to tell clients, no, I got to work. I can't get you in this day. It's been great. I can't say it's not, but it's great.
Yeah, no. So tell me about that. Like how, because it's a big personal change for you, right? You go from working full-time at a job that I don't want to say you probably hated it, but it probably wasn't what you wanted to be doing. I'm sure you did not want to be there. I'm sure you want to be with your clients behind the chair. doing what you love. So how awesome did that feel to be able to go from super skeptical, right? You're like, I don't know if I should do this. I don't even know these people, but I'm going to just trust the process and dive into, holy shit, a few months later, I'm quitting my job and opening a studio.
Right. I actually cried. The moment the girl gave me the keys, I literally got home and just bust out crying. And they was like, "You okay?" I'm like, look.
Like, I'm more than okay. Are you kidding?
They was like, oh my God. And then I went back to that job yesterday, and they were like, the manager, he was like, "How's it going? I heard you are doing so good." I'm like, "Yeah, I am great over here."
So that's awesome. That's so amazing. That's great. So what would you say to someone who would maybe is in your shoes, who is maybe thinking about joining Fill Your Books, or they're on the fence, or they're maybe in a position like where you were, where they're kind of juggling multiple jobs, they want to make this a full-time thing? What would you tell them?
I would say take the risk, because it is going to help and change your life. Like that, I always tell people the risk you're afraid to take could be the risk that will change your life. So just do it. Listen to your intuition. It will never steer you wrong. My intuition is telling me a long time that I need to just step out on faith and just leave that job alone, because it was stressful, it was low paying, and it took up all of my time. And I'm just like, something's got to change. So that's what I did. I ended up like, I would be on my lunch break just doing
your organic and whatnot and all those classes.
I would be responding to clients and all that. I would do that stuff on my lunch break. And when I got off, before I go to work, I would, they just got to take the risk.
And I love how you told everyone all the different things that you do, right? Like, you, at the time, you had another job, you have kids, you have your part-time Brady, but like all this stuff, and yet you still found the time to go through the education, implement the things that we tell you to implement. So with that, would you say everything was pretty like easy to understand, doable? Like, it wasn't like you had to be spending hours upon hours per day doing this?
You definitely don't have to spend hours. I think I spent at least 30 minutes a day to get through the modules.
Sure.
Done in like, but I was all gas. All gas, no.
I like that.
So I finished in like 2.5 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. And
it depends on how fast you want to get done.
Gotcha. No, but I like it. I just like to point that out.
Through it again.
Yeah, no, and you can keep doing it and keep implementing and keep improving and keep bouncing ideas off of us, which I love. And it just goes to show, because there's so many people out there with different scenarios, right? Whether you just graduated hair school, or you're a busy mom, or you're someone who's going from commission to booth rent, or you're a commission stylist, or you're opening, like, whatever position that you're in, I feel like the inner circle is something that can help you, that's why I love doing these. And I love getting to know everybody, because it's like, no matter what your story is, no matter what your journey, no matter what your goals are, you can accomplish it with this. And it's very much, get in the driver's seat, like we always say, and you for sure got in the driver's seat.
Right. And I will say, when I got the studio, it was great. It was a great feeling. So after my excitement came down a little bit, reality kicked in. Yeah. And I'm like, so now that I got my own place, nobody's booking like crazy like they were doing before. So the first month was great, but November and December, when the holidays hit, I was so stressed, crying. There were days that I didn't eat to feed my son and to pay the shop rent. I went through my moment of like giving it up.
What did I do?
Then I got out of those feelings real quick. Like, girl, you worked too hard for this. So I prayed. I went back to my organic marketing, and once the new year hit, things start picking back up. So you just got to tell people, don't give up. No matter what you're going through, don't give up. It's gonna work out, but you just got to believe in yourself that
Yes.
you can do it.
And consistency is key, right?
Absolutely.
I love it. So, final thought, would you recommend Fill Your Books to a friend? Would you recommend Fill Your Books to a friend?
Absolutely. I definitely would, because I feel like it is definitely a jump start and it definitely helps. I would definitely recommend. 10 out of 10.
Love it. Yes, 10 out of 10, 5 stars. We love it.
Yes.
You know, your journey has been one that I really enjoyed watching from the beginning to now, your growth of, like I said, like part-time, just trying to figure it out, to now. It's been quite a journey to witness, and it's stories like yours that keep me going. That's what I always say, is just, this is why we love what we do. Yeah, no, I appreciate you coming on so much. And thank you for your words of wisdom for the people watching. If you are watching this and you are interested in Fill Your Books, feel free to head over to fillyourbooks.com, and me and Shalonda will see you inside of the Inner Circle group. So we'll see you guys later.
Bye.